Hey everyone, One Big Boss here, and as you can tell from the title of the video that you clicked on, we're talking, about a brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. That's right, we are getting one, and it's most likely going to be very awesome, because let's face it, there hasn't really been a lot of good ones in, well, for a very long time. I haven't really played a lot of the newer ones, but I mean, a lot of people weren't in favor of them, you know, there were a couple bad ones over the years, and there was that god-awful TMNT reshelled game that I prefer not to think about, which, thankfully, most people don't remember. But this is a good thing, because one of the biggest names in gaming right now is developing this game. Now, the thing of it is, I have a lot of faith in this company, and it is none other than Platnium Games. Platnium Games is responsible for some of the best video games we have seen in a long-ass time. Okay? They've got games like Bayonetta, Mad World, Beautiful Joe. Those things are all on their list. Anything, the Transformers game that came out, the Legend of Korra game that was out there as well. Not really a big fan of it, but it looked really good. I watched a lot of gameplay on it, and I was like, hey, I could actually get into that. So I don't have any worries that they're going to fuck it up, despite the fact that Activision's name is attached to it, and, well, if you know Activision, you know what they kind of like to do, like, milking shit and crap like that and season passes. So yeah, let's hope that that's not a thing when it actually does come out, because that would be very bad. But I think about this, and apparently this game is getting a mature rating, which I think is great, because if you know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you'll know it started off as a comic book, and you will know it was extremely violent, death, all this crazy shit was in it. Now, personally for me, I really hope that this game does good. I want so much from this, because the Ninja Turtles has kind of embedded itself in pop culture and a lot of people's memories from their childhood, and even carrying on like the ones from like the 2000s, the TV series from that was actually a pretty good series. I really enjoyed those ones. Not really when they first came out. It took me a long time to actually appreciate what they were. But the fact that you have Platnium Games developing this, and there is so much to work with, because the Turtles are over like 30 years old now, I think, or they're about 30 years old, or approaching it. So there is shit tons of stuff you could do. Now, in terms of gameplay-wise and what should be done, that's simple. Obviously, you're gonna have to have the 4-player option, because you've got 4 turtles, 4 controls. Now, a lot of Turtles games, you were never able to do that, personally. TMNT Reshell did it. Ugh. If you could get the arcade port of TMNT in time, you could do 4 players. But unfortunately, the one that came on that GameCube game was very, very bad. We played it here on the channel before, me and my buddies, and we were kind of just disgusted by it. But, it was cool that you could play up to all 4 turtles. Have them do that, and each turtle has to be different. Not just some kind of, clone of one another. Different one. Raph be the strongest. Leo be the all-around character. He's good with everything. Donatello's got the best reach with his weapons. Mikey can jump the highest and everything, Stuff like that. You could do so much. And for God's sakes, learn from the Bayonetta system. This is why I have no problems with Bayonetta. Platinum Games doing this, because the combat system for Bayonetta is fantastic. And even games like Team Ninja's Ninja Gaiden, that shit's incredible when it comes to its combat. It's always been fluid, and I've always loved the Ninja Gaiden games for that. Same with Bayonetta, and even Devil May Cry. Look at how good those games are and everything when it comes to learning what moves do you want, learning your opponent and shit. That stuff is crazy. Make the harder the difficulties, the characters actually learn. The enemies will learn, they'll block certain attacks easier, and you gotta figure out another way to get around their defenses. Stuff like that is what makes games worth playing. And honestly, when you play Bayonetta, you get your money's worth. Both of them, the first and the second one. God, what else you could do? Take a page out of Ninja Gaiden. Everything, okay? You have modes where you can just play, and you just play until there's nothing more to do, like a survival mode, or one where you just fight waves of enemies coming at you, and then a boss appears, or 2 of the same bosses appear, and you have to fight those. That shit's crazy. Imagine doing that, because the TMNT universe has a shit ton of bad guys, legendary villains, that you could have be those bosses and stuff. Time attack mode, team up mode, all this crazy stuff. Online will obviously be there. It has to be. You'd be stupid not to include an online mode for this, to have your friends all join you, because it would be insane not to do it. And I would say, like, every turtle obviously can unlock different moves and techniques and everything, and you can level up those certain techniques and put in a great combo system too. That's something that would be very awesome to do, because when it comes to games like Bayonetta and even, like, Ninja Gaiden, learning what the moves are is more than just simple button mashing and hoping that you get it right. If you learn the game and stuff, it makes it more fun. I don't know about like DLC, but unlockables, because those really don't exist in games anymore. Unlockable side story. Casey Jones, you get to play as the man himself, like going around and shit like that. That'd be great. And as a mature rating, you can get away with so much different stuff. Now I can understand people think, well, there'll probably be like a backlash to this or something, but I honestly don't think there would be, because TMNT right now is kind of it's coming back. There was that god awful TMNT movie that came out, the Michael Bay one, and then there's the one on Nickelodeon, which is actually doing really well. And I've seen it, and I was like, hey, it's not bad. But that one's aimed towards kids. The 80s one's kids. The ones in the 2000s, bit more for, it's still for kids, but it is more for like the older generation too, because of how it was. But this series began as a mature thing, and so why not do it with this? I don't really think that, because at this point now, you've got all these fans who are like massive fans still of the Turtles and everything, and they're in their like late 20s, early to mid 30s and everything, so, why not make it a little bit more mature, like pretty violent in some ways. Not like you don't have to do crazy shit like Bayonetta or even, even Metal Gear Rising kind of stuff, but, learn from those games, you could do so much. Like an open world beat 'em up kind of thing, do something like that. That would be friggin' incredible. Have like little like artworks from the old comics and all that kind of stuff. You could do crazy stuff like that. I'd say unlock music from the older games, but yeah, sadly you wouldn't be able to get those because of copyright information, all that crap. But thanks to Spotify and everything, maybe there'll be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles music on there if there isn't already. It'd be actually kind of cool if there was. Regardless though, Platnium Games, I have faith in them. And a lot of people need to start trusting this company more. Well, not so much trusting, but actually getting on board with supporting this company, because they make games for players. They make games for fun, not profit. So, I mean, look how hard they were trying to get Bayonetta 2. Like, Bayonetta 2 was going to be made and stuff. And Nintendo, of all people, picked it up for the Wii U. One of the best games on the goddamn Wii U. So, I would really think that it would be great if you just have, like, and also like different levels too. Bring back sewer surfing if possible. Drive the turtle van and shit like that for highway battles and stuff. You could do stuff like that. Upgrade your weapons. You can get like different techniques. You can make them stronger. Like you can add different things to them that make them weaker in some areas, stronger in others, balance out other areas. Stuff like that would be great. I know with the lore of TMNT, it would be incredible because there's just so many enemies and so many things to do. I really think that if this was something that if they truly gonna focus on, it needs to be something like that. Because let's face it, they've got a very damn good track record right now of all the games they made. Anarchy Reigns was probably like their weakest game that Platinum Games had made, but like what, people aren't allowed to make a bad game once in a while. Personally, I didn't really care for Anarchy Reigns. I tried it out for a little bit, but I was just like, eh. But, regardless, I think that it's in the right hands because, Konami has nothing to really do with them anymore. I guess, I don't know if the partnership with whoever still owns the Turtles rights. I think it's still the original two artists. But yeah, regardless, this just makes like my inner 5-year-old happy because it's the Turtles. What else do I gotta say? I'm just hoping it's a good game. Hell, packaging. Because I can't speak. Packaging. Have it be a turtle, like a statue or something like that. There's a lot of games out there now that are doing statues with their games when you can pre-order special collectors, all that kind of stuff. Honestly, like do that. What? Like give us an option of all 4 turtles in each one. You can get Leo, Donnie, Mikey, and Raph. All those ones. That would be really cool. I just thought of another one, like a beat 'em up mode, kind of like the TMNT Turtles Fighting Tournament for the Super Nintendo, NES, and Sega. I don't know if anybody's played that, but the best one is the Super Nintendo. Music is incredible in that game, by the way, and everybody should play that game because it is one of the best Turtles games that a lot of people don't remember. Because everybody remembers the first three on the NES. You know, Hyperstone Heist is kind of another one that a lot of people do remember, surprisingly, because it was on the Genesis. And then there's the Turtles in Time game, obviously, but having, like, you know, you and your friends, like, fight each other like they did in the TMNT, you know, like, fighting game and in Turtles in Time would be something really awesome. Regardless, I think that this game has so much potential because it's not a brand new game, but, well, it's a new game on an old franchise that has characters and multiple ways to handle the game and how it's done and what you can unlock. Because DLC is, I get it, like, it's a way for companies to get more money and stuff, but have unlockable stuff. I tell you right now, if you were to get my packaging idea where you get like a statue of the Turtles and stuff like that, people would fucking buy it. Whether they would buy it and put it on eBay for stupid fucking prices, I'm pretty sure that would happen. But regardless, the fans would be there because they are still out there. Turtle Faithful is still pretty damn strong. You know, it kind of felt like it died out like in the 90s and like late 90s, but came back with that 2000 series. But I think that this game will do well. I am praying we do get something really awesome because, again, Platnium Games, I can't say anything bad about them, and I can't say enough good about them, except for the fact that everybody needs to play their games because they care about gamers. It's not about profit like these fucking big name companies out there and everything, like these AAA developers and shit. So that's kind of what I want with the game, you know, a bunch of extras, side characters to play as, even like Master Splinter and shit like that. You could play a Shredder maybe, you know, like do like a mission about him and stuff like that. You could do that kind of shit. You can have all this crazy shit out there, you know? So what do you, the fans, especially TMNT fans, want from this game? Let me know down in the comments below because I would really like to know. So, as always, everybody, please like and subscribe because it's free in this day and age. Free is a damn good thing. As always, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm One Big Boss, and I will see you all next time.